I share an apartment with my mom. Broken AC, ants. But I have my own room. I stream movies for hours, watching actors. Brad Pitt biting a burger. Ed Norton giving himself a black eye. Acting is living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. I didn't come up with that. My brother Chris said it. He didn't come up with it either. It was Sanford Meisner, and it sums up a perfect escape from my own crappy reality. I owe my love of acting to Chris. I was dragged to his school plays when I was 10, but I was captivated by him. Watching him perform, I saw myself. It eventually became mine. Plays, musicals. My first role was a tree. An elm tree. I created my own backstory. He would have made it big if it wasn't for drugs. Chris tells me I should audition for Juilliard. They're the best. Famous alumni, Robin Williams. Need another? Adam Driver. You know, Darth Vader's grandson. So I start dedicating all my time to the audition. It's 2 months away when my mom tells me that Chris abandoned rehab again. She's offered him to share my room. Mine. Author Mokakoma Makwanada said everlasting pain is often caused by the pursuit of fleeting pleasure. This quote sums up the common issue of instant gratification. In an article from PositivePsychology.com, Courtney E. Ackerman describes instant gratification as the temptation and resulting tendency to forego a future benefit in order to obtain a less rewarding but more immediate benefit. We need to be cognizant of the quick fixes of pleasure in life so we can avoid undermining our potential and achieve our true goals. This is Smokin' Bros by Brian Cisneros. The next day, I enter my room and an herbal smell hits my nose. It's dank. There lies Chris, sporting cargo shorts and a tie-dyed poncho, listening to Bob Marley. Brother. God, he's a stoner, straight from the movies. Dude, like, and man are a part of any sentence longer than 8 words. I counted. He rips his bong and he offers me the next hit. I tell him I'm good. I start to work on my audition, but then he turns on a movie, The Shawshank Redemption. With the 40-ounce cerveza in hand, he reminds me it's the greatest film I've never seen. When we're done watching, he shoots me a face. Dude. Yeah, he told me. We begin to bond as our nights become illuminated by the TV and a lighter. He opens up about his time as a working actor, a young Latino, lots of auditions, but only for gangbangers and construction workers, rarely getting the job. He offers the bong again. I'm stressed. My audition's 2 months away. So I smoke weed for the first time. And the ritual begins. Get home, smoke, watch movies. We become a regular Cheech and Chong. He loves roasting all the Latino stereotypes in film. Man, we're good gardeners, we all drive lowriders. Who cares what my lines are, as long as you know my name is Hector. Most stoners like movies that are dumb, but Chris was never dumb, even when he was high. Dude, you should want to act only because, you want something bigger in life, man. Chris didn't come up with that. It was Stella Adler, just without the dude, like, in man. I come home one day, no Chris. My audition for Juilliard is in a month. Or is it next week? I check it's due today, by midnight, and it's 10 o'clock now. So I grab my camera and just go for it, but I keep messing up. I've got to turn in something or nothing at all, so right before the deadline, I submit it. But my anxiety is still there, so I smoke. But there's a knock at my door. It's my mom. So I light up a lavender candle. Not that it matters, because now it just smells like weed and lavender. I open the door, and right away she knows. Her eyes begin to water, and she tells me that Chris crashed her car. He was twice the legal limit, and now he's in jail. Red and blue lights blind us pulling into the station. It all feels like slow motion. We finally come across my brother. Drunk? No. Plastered. Hammered. Shit-faced. I don't know why my mom brought me here until I look into his eyes. He wears regret. I see myself. We get home and we walk into our room. Man, I gotta crash. Wait, I already did that. I wanna laugh, but I can't. He's laying on his bed when he offers me a hit, and I smack the bong out of his hand. You know what I tell him? He can't be a drunk and a stoner at the same time. It's two different movies, and I don't want to be a part of either one. He just looks at me as his hair flops over his face along with the rest of his body. The next day, I can still hear the laughter, see the movies, feel him. The herbal smell still lingers. He left his bong, only because you can't take your bong to rehab. I toss it in the trash in my room. The next few weeks are a montage, getting headshots, making a reel, getting a rejection letter from Juilliard. This is the part of Chris's story where he quit. But he couldn't quit drugs. He walked out of rehab, and they found him later, overdosed. The paramedics tried to revive him. I meet my mom at the hospital and hug her tightly. For hours, I cry with her. I have all these monologues in my head that say so much about life, but none of them help. They're just words. Stella Adler says acting leads to something bigger. And I know she was talking about the craft, but I think it's about life too. You're gonna get a lot of bad parts, bad scenes, crazy plot twists, tragedy. But you keep going because you know there is something better out there for you. Maybe they're not just words. I wish Chris knew that.